Hello, everyone. My name is Ash, and welcome to my training, Market Like a Pro, Part 2. So tonight we are going over some tools, tactics, and time savers, but we're going to take it a little bit deeper than Part 1. We went over like the foundations, etc. So I'm really excited to kind of give you guys that ending part that you need to be successful as a person who markets for their travel business. Now, before I do that, I always, of course, like to go in and introduce myself. So if you don't know me yet, my name is Ash. I've been with Archer and Evolution for over 3 years now. In those 3 years, I've become an IATIN holder. I'm done with my second one. I just have to wait to renew. Evo 200 achiever, and now I'm a corporate trainer and presenter. I specialize in marketing, training, group getaways, destination weddings, and I'm very passionate about learning new niches because I think travel is probably one of the coolest industries ever. Like, there's just so many different opportunities to explore when it comes to travel. And there's also so many fresh ways to market them. So if you catch one of my trainings, you're probably going to catch something like that. Now, speaking of trainings, guys, one of the most questions I always get asked is, where is this recording being posted? So if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I do go live 3 times a week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 5 p.m. PST for trainings. And I'm going to, of course, post the recording there for you guys to be able to see. When we're done here, I'll post it tonight. So you'll be able to go ahead and share it with your teams as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, a little bit of a recap from part 1. If you missed it, in part 1, we went over how to post, where to post, even what to post, right? We had a little bit of a challenge. And in that challenge, we were supposed to like just check our analytics for the next 2 weeks just by posting twice, because that's the hardest part. And that's what we went over is consistency. So we're going to build on that tonight. And I provided you guys with the cheat sheet too when you guys last attended. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that cheat sheet now in the chat so that you guys can have it throughout the training. And on there, it also has the part 1 if you missed it. So give me 1 second. Let me get out of this. Move this Zoom bar out the way. Copy and in the chat. Okay, so make sure you guys get that cheat sheet. So cheat sheet's going to have part 1 on there right here at the top. We have strategy posting. I'm about to do this one this week though. So if you guys need to strategize, check that out. I have content to post, mock bookings, platforms to post on. I talk about Amazon, Linktree. I mean, I got it all in here, okay? So this is kind of going into intertwine with my Market Like a Pro tools, whatever. That's going to be the kind of fallback from how do I do this? Here's how, okay? So make sure you grab that cheat sheet now. Just open it into your Google Docs so you don't lose it. And then tonight, since we learned the basics on the first Monday about posting platforms and content types, that was essentially the foundation. So tonight we're going to build onto it. We're going to talk about analytics. We're going to talk about expanding your reach, conversions, and as well, we're going to talk about retention. One of the things that we are always missing when it comes to our marketing game is retention marketing. So you're going to want to make sure you stay to the end to learn about that retention marketing, because it's going to help you know what to do with people that you're actually converting into followers, likes, etc. So starting at the beginning, we have the table of contents. I've already kind of explained it, but first we're going to talk about analytics, expanding your reach, conversions, retention, and then we're going to put it all together. And then I have one more challenge for you and a little wrap up with the Q&A. So first we have analytics. Why do analytics matter? So a lot of you guys are posting right at the beginning and you're just posting, and you get like 1 like and you're so excited and you just want to keep posting, right? But there comes a time that when you post like consistently, you need to be able to stop and look and see what actually is working. So we do that by measuring our analytics. When measuring those analytics, it's going to help us save time for the marketing because we're not longer guessing what we're supposed to be posting. From our analytics, we can see what worked and what actually didn't work when it came to the post. It's also going to help us guide us to kind of posting smarter instead of just posting blindly. So, like I said, analytics keeps you from guessing, And they're also going to tell you what the client responds to, so you can actually double down on that specific content and then get the winners and cut out all of that wasted time from the posts that aren't actually working. Now, we are expecting to do this when we first did the 2 postings for the 2 weeks, right? Where we're just posting twice a day or 1 time a day, whatever you felt comfortable with. Why is that? Because it's going to sit there and kind of breach us out from where our barrier is with Branch Up and Ralio. A lot of people will set up their social media platforms, attach Branch Up and Ralio, and think, all right, I'm going to get clients. No, we got to do a little bit more work than that, right? So when you start posting consistently, you will be able to go in and actually see, okay, my analytics are changing because that 1 or 2 posts that I'm doing per day, right? Now, when it comes to analytics, there are several different types of analytics. We should all know that, right? They probably give us tons to look at. But there's going to be certain things that you want to track when it comes to your analytics to see how far you're actually progressing when it comes to being a marketer on social media. So, for example, what you want to attract, what you want to track is engagement, reach, and then the conversions. So the engagement is going to tell you the interest. The reach is going to tell you the visibility, so who's seeing your post. And then the conversions are going to be what your actual results are. So don't ever, listen to me, okay? Listen, I've been here for 3 whole years. Don't ever obsess over one post. What you actually need to be looking for is patterns. What happens every time you're posting something? If that certain post is going around and it's circulating and it's bringing it back, well, you need to go back in there and redo that post, change it up just a little bit, make it smaller into 3 or 4 different posts. But you need to use the same content that's working, because that's what's going to help bring out your reach, which leads to the conversions. What to look for. So I explained to you the reach, engagement, conversions, but let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? So these 2 are from my Facebook, and then this one's from my YouTube. I'm currently working on mastering these 2 platforms. Now, I try to master one at a time, but I'm always here because I'm training a lot. So I figured let's go to both of them, right? So reach is going to be how many people are actually viewing your stuff. How many people are actually accessing to, outside of your little bubble. This is what we consider the cold market right here. The engagement is interactions. So that's when they like it, they share it, they comment on it. This is what helps drives the interactions. This is engagement. And then this part is conversions. Now, conversions has several different meanings to it, and we're going to talk about that tonight. But one conversion that you can always track is if somebody follows you or subscribes to you. That's a great way to follow and see who's paying attention to your stuff, because now that that person follows you, they're automatically going to be put in front of you at all times, right? So I consider it a conversion because now I can actually see this person on a regular basis and engage with them and reach them, right? All kind of trickles back and forth. So considering what to look for, we have a lot of different tools that you can use to analyze this stuff. So if you need more tools, feel free to screenshot this, because I told you I'm going to talk about tools, time savers, all of that. So the analytic tools that I highly recommend for you guys to check out that really kind of help me are, of course, going to be Meta Business Suite, because it's going to be able to analyze it. It analyzes your Instagram and your Facebook if you put them together. Google Sheets log is a great way for you to analyze things, because a lot of the times we need to do multiple, we need to see what's going on this platform and this platform, right? So Google Sheets log is going to kind of help you kind of keep track of what's going through each platform. ChatGPT summary, you can actually ask, excuse me, I'm going to drink something. You can actually ask ChatGPT to give you a summary, and they will. Did you know that? And then Canva. Honestly, with the analytic tools, when you guys find something that's actually working, you guys can go in there and reuse that same content in Canva. You can go in and auto cut it and cap cut if you want to. Don't be afraid to reuse the content on other platforms. If you want to cross post it, you can do that as well. But you want to basically use the tools that you already have to look at what you're doing, right? And then use Canva, ChatGPT to kind of repeat it so you can get the same analytics. Now, of course, like I said at the bottom, you can use Meta for the free insights, track your top post in a simple sheet, use ChatGPT to find the themes and what's going on with the patterns. And then, of course, you can recycle your designs in Canva. Now that we've talked about analytics, I showed you guys exactly what to look like for your analytics. Now that you're going to start posting consistently, I hate that word, consistently, now that you're going to start posting consistently, you're going to start noticing that your reach is expanding, right? So we need to make sure that we're expanding it in the right direction. Not all views are going to be good views. Let me explain what I mean. So if you're just posting things and people are seeing it, that's great. But if it's not the right audience, it's really not going to matter because it might be reaching them, but it's actually not going to convert them into somebody that's going to follow you or book with you. So when you're expanding your reach, make sure you're considering who your actual audience is and if they're people that are actually going to want to book travel. Now, why does that matter? Because posting, honestly, it doesn't equal enough. If you're posting, and you're not getting any clients, it's because you're not reaching the right audience. You see how I did that? And you're not posting the right content. So when that happens, you get frustrated because you're just like, oh, it's not working, right? How many of you guys ever experienced that? I have experienced that in my 3 years. I've gotten frustrated with posting because it's not working, right? But the reason is because I am not posting to the right audience. So I was never getting the feedback that I was looking for. So the goal with that would be to find new people and new eyes. There are over 4.9 billion people on the internet. There is no reason why we can't find a client, right? How do we do that? We expand beyond our circle. Your content has to reach beyond your current audience, okay? So this is how you're going to tap into new pools of clients. So let's break down each platform. I'm going to tell you guys the best way to reach them on, I have like the top 4 platforms, okay? So Facebook, make sure you guys screenshot this. If this is one of your platforms, please screenshot this. You're going to want this one, okay? So Facebook, your Facebook reach is going to be easily done by joining groups or making your own group, okay? Answering questions. Always say on social media, how do we behave? We are educators. We teach people on social media, right? So you can do that by answering questions. When you start answering questions in groups and Facebook pages, what happens? You become a top contributor. You become group level expert. You become top fan. Okay, that happens for a reason. That means you're engaging with them, and that's going to help build your reach. And then also some soft DMs, okay? I'm never going to be that person that's like, go ahead and message them and see if they need help. No. But if you come into a situation where they're like, oh, I need help with this, this, and this, and they're like, oh, yeah, can you help me? Yeah, go ahead, send them a DM, right? So that way, guys, basically the groups are going to be like where the clients gather. How many of you guys are in groups? Is there anybody that's currently in groups? That's actually where I got my first booking was from a group. Me, yes, I am. Okay. There's clients in there. There are real people in there that are traveling. So it's easy just to go in there. Now, if you can't post your group in there, right? That doesn't mean you can't use the group. Please don't think that. There are tons of wedding groups that I'm a part of that I've actually gotten weddings from just by helping the bride with a simple question. As long as you post as you're the expert and you're answering the questions, then you have a very, very good shot inside of a group, or make your own group. If you want to be the leader of the group, go ahead, but make sure you talk to ChatGPT so it's properly like SEO'd so you can get the amount of people in there. How do you grow a group? I'm going to tell you the secret. Post. That's it. Keep posting. If you want to grow your group, post. Leave it public. Let people join. Start posting. And you can even schedule things inside Facebook groups. I don't know if you know that. You can go live in Facebook groups. There's a lot of possibilities in there. But what does this all relate back to? Reach. Just got a new team member from a group post last week. Yes, Sandra, I love that. Yes, absolutely. So the more you guys are engaging with your platform, that's what you're going to see when I'm talking to you. The more you're engaging with the platform, the bigger your reach is. The reason why my reach back there on Facebook was 25,000 because I use my Facebook all day long. right? Do we not all do this? I am on Facebook all day. I'm answering questions, but that's where my clients lay. So I gotta interact with it, right? Next one. TikTok. Woo, TikTok. I've had quite a battle with TikTok. Has anybody else had a battle with TikTok? I feel like TikTok is like a hit or miss for some reason, but there is there's me, yeah, same. So there's a way around it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit how it works. So TikTok, first of all, you have to be very authentic on TikTok. The CapCut videos, they work. The AI videos, they work. But if you post them on a consistent basis, it does not work. You have to be able to go in and be what we call evergreen content, is what I'm going to call that for now. Evergreen content is basically what people search. So it has to be something that is relevant, that is searchable, that people want to know about in order to be successful on TikTok. I'm completely being honest, okay? So when you're considering how to get more people on TikTok to like your page or to book with you, this is it. Travel search engine. Go into your search engine and type whatever kind of content idea that you have, look it up. You can also go into the search engine and type creator search insights. Has anybody ever heard of that? Creator search insights. Write that down. When you go in your search bar, now it has to be on your phone, not on the computer, okay? When you type that in, it'll pull it up for you. You can go in there and it'll tell you exactly what people are searching. So your job to reach more people is to answer them. You're going to answer their searches. That's the first part, okay? The second part of that is going to be if you do any of the trends, any of those trends that you can turn into your business, go ahead. You know that one that had that trending sound where it's like the da 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 da? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I just did that on the corporate live. Ha! No, do you know what I'm talking about? That noise? And then you put something behind it. Okay, I put Need to Book with Ash and I made it into the song and that trended. And it was something so silly, but it's a trending sound. So people like it. Like right now, there's a huge trend on TikTok. If you can do a voiceover and it's like your voiceover, then you can go in and start trending. That's what they want on TikTok. Okay. TikTok is basically a search engine. So people type in travel questions, they type in destinations, they type in what to do in Cancun, things like this. If you can get these kind of questions answered along with the proper hashtags, your videos can easily be the answer. Next one, Instagram reach. Polls and quizzes. They love stories on Instagram. If you're going to try to use Instagram to grow more people, start posting on those stories. Make sure that you're putting your links in your stories so people can click on them. Put music in your stories. You can actually go in there and do meta AI and let them make the picture and then just put your link on it. I do that all the time. But people love interacting on Instagram. So polls, quizzes are in your stories or on just in general inside your post. Hashtags that match your client. So whatever you're posting about, make sure it's something that they will be able to be interested on for their For You page. For example, if I'm doing like a mock booking for Cancun, I'm going to make sure I put Cancun, right? Family vacation, if that's what it is. Like put things that people are actually going to be looking for on Instagram. And then of course, you can start the DMs from engagement. A lot of the times people will put comment below, right? When they comment, you're going to DM them. So make sure that you have some kind of call to action in every single Instagram post because you can't put links on there. So always a call to action and then DM them, okay? Stories are where the DMs happen. I'm going to be honest with you. If you can post a lot of stories, I'm going to tell you a secret, okay? Post a lot of stories, you're going to really reach your engagement because they love stories. I don't know why. But the polls and the quizzes help spark those conversations that lead you to bookings. So it kind of all goes into one. Next one, LinkedIn and Pinterest. I put these two together. So LinkedIn and Pinterest kind of go hand in hand because they're not really seen as a topic, or not a topic, like a platform for travel advisors, but they really are. And they actually have a lot of people that are booking travel on them. Think about it. LinkedIn is business people who make what? Money. And what do they like to use that money for? Travel. So you can go in there and you can pitch it and you can just keep posting it. Put your branch up in there, let it run. and then cross post over there if you feel the need to. But inside there lays a lot of things for weddings and corporate travel. Okay. So that is a hot spot for them. So if that's what you're interested in, make sure you use LinkedIn. Pinterest is what we call evergreen trip planners. So evergreen is what we call SEO. I'm trying to use like big fancy terms. I'm sorry. So search engine optimized. Whatever people are searching is considered evergreen. So evergreen trip planners are essentially going to be those random trips that they put together. Cancun, Dominican Republic, I can't think of any more. Hawaii, okay? Those type of trip plannings, put them in there. Put them in Pinterest, add a carousel, add a video, put some words behind it, use Canva to make the templates, and they turn into pins. You can also put your Amazon in there, which I've taught you guys about in the past. If you haven't seen that, check it out. You can put your Amazon in there and they can also buy from you. So you're making commission all the way around. We like that, right? So LinkedIn builds that authority, that trust with the professionals so they can start booking with you. And then Pinterest kind of keeps working for you long after you post. You want to learn about Pinterest? You know what? I got you, Debbie. We're going to go over Pinterest, not next month, but the month after. I'll set up Pinterest for you, okay? Pinterest is a hot spot for clients, and so is Threads, but we don't ever talk about those. All right, now that I've told you guys about analytics, now that I've told you guys about how to expand your reach on most top platforms, okay? Now we're going to talk about conversions. So the idea of conversions, typically people think that means they booked with you, but that's not how you should be looking at conversions. Conversions are not just a booking. It can easily be a micro commitment. So a micro commitment can be considered any step forward towards the booking process. If they follow your page, if they subscribe to your email, when they type, they subscribe, set up that club. If they download a checklist that you suggest for them, if they vote in a poll, that is also going to be considered a micro commitment. Why? Because each step equals that you're now in front of them consistently. So think bigger about conversions, okay? A follow, a subscribe, or even answering your poll, that's a conversion because it means you've earned a spot in their world. Every little yes keeps you visible and builds towards the big yes of a booking. On average, I've always been told that people need to see you at least 8 times before they feel comfortable with booking with you. So that simple like, yeah, it's a small like, but that's one time that somebody has seen you and they have liked your content. Think about how many times people scroll a day. If they have the ability to stop and like something that you have posted, that means that they have stayed on long enough to see what it is and like it. So that is a conversion in itself. That means that okay, that post is working. Great. Keep going, right? That's engagement. So always consider these big wins. If you posted something and it's got 20 likes, hey, that's great. That means 20 people stopped what they were doing and hit that like button. Great job, right? So a great way to get conversions, now that I've explained them to you, a great way that as travel advisors we can get conversions is going to be through social proof and FOMO. Now, FOMO is considered technically the fear of missing out. Have you ever heard us talk about in the beginning, like in our presentations, we talk about being a product of the product? Okay, when people start seeing you travel, what happens? They get a fear of missing out and they're like, no, if Claudia said yes, if Claudia is traveling, I want to travel too, right? So you guys can really create conversions based off of these things alone. Let me explain. So beginner social proof. Now, of course, you guys don't have like the reviews and then the analytics and all of that yet. So I want you to use your tools. Always use our tools, right? First thing that you can show social proof is by your credibility of the supplier. Disney, Carnival, Royal, they have logos, they have flyers, they have templates. You can show social proof by building that credibility. Look who I'm branded with. Look who I work with, right? Certificates. Yes, perfect, Walter. Use statistics. Over 2 million people cruise every year. If they have something that's about like booking with a travel advisor, if they make a mistake, right? You're less likely to make a mistake if you use me, etc., right? Share also mock booking examples. Here's what I found for Cancun in January. That means that you have deals, right? So you're showing them, but these 3 alone, You can show them 3 different sides of you. You can show them the credibility. You can show them the statistics. So you're educating them. And then you're going to show them deals. That's 3 things right there. That's 3 ways that people can see you to start booking with you. Okay. Even further, show your process, the behind the scenes screenshots of your planning if you want. You know, sometimes we do the Evo Plus and then we do the comparison and how much we're saving. Those work great. Look what I found for my client. Look at the deal we're getting. Those work fantastic. Okay. Now, further down, all right, you're posting, we're getting consistency, we're getting reach, we're building. Now we're into advanced social proof. That's going to come with client reviews and screenshots, tagged client photos. I know I probably told you guys before, but there's this one client of mine every year she goes to Alaska and she just tags my page. She posts the photos and she tags my page. Did I tell her to? Absolutely not. But if she's going to, please, right? So if your clients are comfortable with that, do that. Reshare the happy travel stories. Just because they were your client one time, that doesn't mean that review only has to be talked about one time. Reshare it. Let everybody know, hey, look at my client experience with me. That's social proof, right? Now, last part, FOMO, fear of missing out. You can easily create that fear of missing out by literally just saying, 3 rooms left, sales in Friday. Any of that urgency that you create, that's automatic fear of, oh no, it's going to sell out, right? Bonus, book this week equals free packing checklist. So give them a lead magnet. That's what this is. We're going to talk about lead magnets next. But the fear of missing out is, oh, if I book it this week, I get something for free, right? Or if you guys have like vouchers, an incentive voucher, something like this, that fear of missing out is what really helps people close the deal. Think about any time you've almost bought something, but it's almost sold out. You were very rushed to go in there and seal the deal, right? That's a great way to convert people along with social proof. So take those 2 ideas, guys. Try that out for me, all right? When you're trying it out, make sure you do the right content formula. We talked about this last week, but I want to make sure it's instilled into your brain by the time you leave tonight. So when you're doing the formula for the conversions and you're posting this cool stuff, make sure that you're posting it with the hook. You're grabbing their attention. In the middle, it has all of that short but valuable description. And at the bottom, it always has to have a call to action, okay? This is absolutely beautiful, but it's not just about the looks. It actually moves these people to action. If you're posting something with the hook and you provide value, but you don't tell them what to do at the bottom of it, you miss the whole point. That was a waste of a post, right? So by doing this, we're grabbing their attention, we're delivering the value, and then we give them the next step. This is how it converts. So if I take something like a mock booking, here's what I found in January in Cancun, right? If I take this and then I put at the bottom of it, oh no, 3 rooms left and the sale ends Friday, go ahead and comment Cancun below to start booking. That's a conversion post because I'm telling them urgency, right? This is the social proof, the urgency, I combined it. And then that is what helps build that kind of, oh my God, I need to book it now, right? And that's what helps bring on that conversion. Now, we're going to take this a little bit further, okay? Because I know some of you guys that are watching this aren't all brand new. So if you are already doing this and you want to take it a step further to kind of help with your conversions, I've got some ideas. Feel free to screenshot them. First of all, Amazon. Amazon, you can tag links and TikTok. You can tag them on Instagram. You can tag them in their stories on Instagram, on Facebook, in the Facebook stories. There's all types of ways you can put in links. If you have affiliate links on your link tree, use them. If you have Amazon, use it. Make sure that there's a way that these conversions are going to somewhere, okay? Think about it. If I were to do like a Virgin Voyage and at the bottom of it, I put my Virgin Voyage link, that's a converting link because it's sending them a call to action to book something, right? Next one, ambassador programs. Now, a lot of people don't know about these. So if you don't know, check it out. But Tour Radar actually invited me a few weeks ago to be an ambassador for them. And I didn't have any requirements. So now I have an affiliate code and I also get commission if they use my affiliate link. It's a program through them that's called Tour Radar, and you can just promote it and you can promote the code and however you put the link in your link tree. It's great. I like this because regardless, I always promote Tour Radar. If they want to book it, let them book it on their own. They get $50 off if they use my link. Sure, great, right? And there's other ones that do this too. I'm learning now about one that's called Get Your Guide. I'm learning about that one. So there's a lot of different programs out there that we don't even know about, but they're inside the vendors. So make sure you check them out. Next one, conversion options of two. We have supplier promos, any of the cruise deals, referral incentives, like if you tag a friend, right? This is how you get leads right here. Tag a friend. These people are all interested in traveling. And then lead magnets, which we're going to talk about next. But basically, guys, these are real world ways to just kind of monetize your attention that you're grabbing. Affiliates, ambassador programs, supplier specials, they build income and they actually build trust while positioning you as like the go-to advisor because you're like, oh, I've got the link for this. Oh, I've got the product for this. Oh, here, you want to take a tour? Here's my $50 off code. This is all putting you ahead of everybody else. And then for also helping you convert while making money. Now, here is the ideal funnel flow, okay? So the conversion funnel flow should go like this. They're going to view it, they're going to engage it, click it, and then book. So when you're writing your actual post, this is exactly how it should look. The hook, the engagement is the description, the call to action, and then book. It works the exact same way. So when you're writing this out, make sure that's set as like a path. So they've seen your content, they engage with the poll, the post, they click the link to download it or to, like, you know, get the booking. And then it kind of fits into a repeative cycle for everybody that's following all of your content. Make it all look like this, okay? Now that we've talked about how to convert them, there are going to be sometimes in your leads that do not turn into bookings, but that doesn't mean that that lead is no good. You guys have to learn the following part when it comes to actually keeping the retention. I know we use retention a lot more so in team building, but it's also for our clients, not only for clients, but people that follow us, like us, subscribe us. We have to remind them and get them back over here, get their attention, right? Even after they like, subscribe, follow, or maybe even after inquiry, we still have to build that retention because just because they said no today doesn't mean that it's no forever, right? Just because you saw this quote and they didn't like that quote, that doesn't mean they're never going to like a quote, right? So you have to get in the habit of not closing out every single lead that you get. Now, a great way to do retention, especially on social media, feel free to screenshot this, guys. This is one of my favorite things to do. So I create lead magnets through Canva. I will tell ChatGPT to make these for me because I'm not doing that. But pre-trip packing guides, branded Canva designs, they actually have like these like journals that you can make for them. You can make itineraries for them that they can like take on their own, download it, like packing list, stuff like that. Pre-flight checklist, cruise boarding day checklist. These are all for retention. Let me explain. Beach day, family travel, destination wedding. These work great for clients that want to book with you and they need to download something like if you do this, you can download this and have it for free, right? This is also for people that have already booked for you and they're getting ready to go on the trip. This helps make you different from every other travel advisor. Think about you were going on your first cruise and your travel advisor provided you a cruise boarding day checklist. That would be exciting to you, right? That would be memorable to you how your actual travel advisor took that extra step to take care of you, right? It seems simple, but honestly, it's really, really valuable. And I've had people like, I do trainings a lot on stuff like this. And at the bottom of it, I'll put for clients, comment below to get your free travel guide. And they do. They love it. They love to download it. Sometimes they'll just put their emails. Like they're not afraid to ask for this stuff. So make it once and then reuse it over and over and over. Use it as a reason to book with you. Use it as a reason to stay with you as well, okay? It kind of helps reduce the stress and also kind of makes you look professional because you have all of these cool guides to go to. Another thing I like to do that I highly recommend for retention is after they book with you and take a trip, or if they're even interested in booking with you, invite them to your VIP club, okay? I have a VIP club on my Linktree. It's not really a club. It's just where they put their emails, but they think they're joining a club. And then I just put them in my newsletter. Do they know that? No, but we know that, right? Or you can make a group. And as an advantage of booking with you, they can join your deal group, okay? So you can kind of send this out to everybody, your Facebook group, your close friends, put it on your link tree, your Jot form. At the bottom of your Jot form, your clients, you can put them in there. So that way they're automatically always in front of you. Insider tips, early deals, like, oh, my Black Friday deals are coming. Make sure you join my group so you can learn about my Black Friday deals. Yeah. And then at the bottom of all of that, I want you to take that same email and I want you to put them in Branch Up. Okay. Branch Up provides us with newsletters that go out to our clients every month. If you are not using that, you are losing a very valuable tool because you can go in there, they email you before they send it out, you edit it, put all of your stuff in there, and then send it to them every month. Love that, right? So clients love feeling like insiders. They love to feel special, right? Oh yeah, well, my travel advisor does this, this, and this. How many times have you ever heard that? Okay. Be that travel advisor. All right. A VIP club makes them feel connected and keeps your name on top of their mind always because you're the VIP. They're special, right? Now, another thing that I highly, highly recommend, especially for new agents and their first bookings, I did not do this for the first year. Listen, I've been here for 3 years and I've learned a lot. And in the first year, after I got clients, I was so excited about the fact that I even got a client that I didn't know what to do with them after they booked. Have y'all ever been there? Okay. If you have, feel free to relate. So about a year in, I said, oh, you know what? I need to do something extra for these clients because when you treat the clients very well, even through the trip and even through the follow-up of the trip, they are more likely to what? Book with you again and refer you. So I like to call this post-trip glow up, okay? Welcome home post. If you want to do a post, you can. I like to go in and kind of like send them an email or send them a message more so, but post works great. I guess that's what ChatGPT wanted to call it. So I do a welcome home message, and inside that welcome home message, I congratulate them, like, thank you so much for choosing me. Congratulations on your amazing trip. I hope it was so much fun. Feel free to share a review, put that in there, slide in your travel leaders network, get that review set up on that platform. If they post any photos, put in that email, please make sure you tag me or tag my business page. I would love, just to share the happiness with you. And what does that turn into? Free user-generated content. Now, can you use it on all the platforms? Absolutely not. But if they're tagging you in it, it's automatically you're being tagged by somebody else. So that's free content that they're giving you, basically, right? So the biggest thing that I want you to take from this is just celebrating your clients. When they return from their trip, make it a huge deal because a lot of us, if we're being honest, a lot of us drop off after the clients return. And that's why they're not repeating clients. That's why it's a book one and done. You have to go out of your way. You have to make it personal. You have to make them feel special. And that's when they start telling other people about what you do because you're just not the normal travel advisor, right? You got to be extraordinary. So let's put it all together, shall we? The marketing flow. Now, the part one, I talked about how to post, where to post, and what to post. Tonight, we talked about analytics, expanding your reach, how to convert them, and then how to keep them clients for life. So basically, we are going through the entire process of marketing like a pro. Like literally, this is exactly it right here. If you just sit down, figure out how to post it, what platform you're great at, and what to post on it, it's going to start building that conversion, which leads to all of this. Now that we know exactly what to do, I want to give you guys one more challenge before I leave you, okay? I want you guys to just reach out to 5 new people. I get nervous about reaching out to new people, and I totally understand if you do as well. But reach out to 5 new people, whether you add them on Facebook or if you just, comment on something that they're already posting. Maybe they're not your usual client, right? Get in the habit of being outside of your bubble. Even if you're not leaving your house, get outside of your bubble and start reaching new people. Comment on things that you're normally not commenting on. Follow your niche leaders. So if you have somebody that's in the travel industry that's doing amazingly well, right? Not obviously probably ours, but like the influencers and all of those, follow those people. Comment on their stuff, right? That's still reaching new people. Let me explain. If you follow the same people over and over and over and you start putting yourself in that same network, and then you start commenting on their post, and then they're going to probably come underneath you and comment too, right? What does this do? It's building your reach. So even something simple as reaching out to people you don't know by commenting on their post is still considered reaching new people, okay? Now, I also want you to create a Canva lead magnet. Go inside of your Canva, make a very cute and professional packing list or guide, include it in your newsletter. Do it maybe if you're doing cruises, okay? You can easily turn this into content. Let me tell you how. So you create your lead magnet, and then you make TikTok video, and you're like, oh my God, first time cruising, here's what you need to know. And then you're going to share like 5 tips for cruising. And then at the end of it, you're going to go, oh, comment below and I'll send you my cruise packing guide so you have everything that you need for your next cruise. Boom. That's a whole post right there for you. Write that down. Okay. I'm going to have to remember that one. That was good. So it's easily done with that lead magnet. It's going to make people want to comment because they want to see what you're making, right? So great way to convert. Next one. When you're using it and you get that lead magnet, it's going to ask them for emails because how are you going to send it to them, right? So you're going to get those emails, and then I want you to take those emails that you get, and I want you to load them into BranchUp, okay? So this week, guys, when you're out there posting, it's about to be a new month. So you start strategizing, planning out your content. I don't want you to just post. I want you guys to start reaching out, okay? Make that lead magnet, collect your emails, plug them into BranchUp. That way, you're growing your content list now. That's what you're doing. And then you're setting it up for future retention because they're always there. Imagine if you put yourself in front of the same person 8 times easily with a newsletter, then your post, and then you're over here with your lead magnet. You're hitting them at all corners so that you have a better way of converting your clients. All right. Now, that is all I have for you guys tonight, okay? But I want to leave you guys with some final thoughts, and I do want to do like a Q&A as well to answer any of your questions, but let me know in the chat box, what is one of these tools that you've seen you guys tonight, or one of these tactics that you've seen tonight that you're going to use this week? Let me know in the chat box. I'm really interested in what you guys are kind of pulling from here, or maybe something that you just thought was interesting throughout this training. I would love to hear your feedback. And of course, checklist, BranchUp, okay. And of course, to leave you with this, the win here isn't doing it all, okay? Nobody's telling you, go do it all, go do it all. We're not asking you to do that. I want you to choose one tool, I want you to choose one section, and I want you to put it into action. But you have to put it into action consistently, okay? That is the hardest part here, is being consistent with it. The days that you don't want to do it, I want you to do it, because months from now, when you have a full clientele list, you're going to be like, oh, thank God I got up that day and posted, right? I was tired, but I got up that day and posted, and it's going to pay off. So let me go here now. I'm going to read these questions. All right. Checklist, BranchUp, polling my audience. Definitely going to use lead magnets. Checklist, BranchUp, Canva lead magnets. Now to figure out Canva. Okay, I have some good trainings on Canva. If you check that cheat sheet, I have them in there for you. Checklist, Instagram, doing the stories. Irene, you're going to love the feedback from the stories. Reaching groups, BranchUp, reaching 5 new people. BranchUp, groups, okay. All right. Oh, I posted twice a day for 2 weeks on my Facebook to my business page, and it was all through Canva. Very few posts were scheduled. It was nice to be consistent with posting. I noticed I have more followers. For this week, I'll do a packing list and reach out to 5 people. Shauna, I absolutely love this. Great work. You notice new followers. What does that mean? You're getting conversions, Shauna. You are doing exactly what you need to do. Now, with your consistent posting in your packing list, you're giving them an incentive now. You're going to do great. I love this. I'm so happy for you. All right. I feel like we need the previous one to start with. Oh, great, great, great. All right, Marissa, I can hook you up. Now, I did post this at the beginning, but I know a lot of you joined afterwards. So I actually already have the first one right here for you. Let me share it for you. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, of course, guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat as well so I can answer them for you. But I really appreciate all of you coming to these trainings. Like, I absolutely appreciate all of you. I actually have some cool stuff coming up next week, so I'll show you that real quick before you all leave. So next week, if you guys haven't already, on my YouTube channel, where this is also going to be posted at 5 p.m. Pacific, I'm doing personal accountability in the business workshop. Okay. This one's going to hold you accountable. So if you need somebody to sit there and go, hey, we're not doing this right, we need to fix it, you're going to get a plan and a goal at the end of this training. You'll love that one. How to master social media platforms. So if you're trying to work on one platform at a time and you need help with it, I got you there. And then on the 28th, we're going to do 30 days of content in 60 minutes. So I'm going to show you guys literally, I just did this for myself on Sunday. 30 days of content in 60 minutes, and then I show you how to schedule it, and you're good to go for the next month. Then next month, I already have my trainings out. They are posted on Evolution Travel, so you can go and grab this flyer. But I've got really big trainings planning for you guys. Supplier week, we're going to talk about top suppliers, new vendors, and some secrets. Yeah. We got wedding week for those who are interested in booking weddings. I have booked a lot, so I'm going to give you my tips and tricks on these. And then advisor week. Okay, we got to talk about ourselves. It's not all about the clients. You know, we got to celebrate. So I got the advisor perks. I'm doing an exclusive interview with a Founders Council member, Emily Jimenez, also my mentor, but she is a 300K earner, 3-star platinum, and a 3-time IATAN holder. So definitely don't want to miss that interview. We're going to get her secrets. We're going to learn what she's doing so we can do it too. And then I'm going to talk about IATAN and CLIA. And then on week 4, we're going through cruises, but we're going to do cruises that aren't normal. We're going to do the cruises that nobody talks about. Carnival, maybe people talk about every once in a while, but they got a new payment link, so I want to show you. But nobody ever does Cunard and nobody ever does Disney. So I've got a lot of cool things going on. And of course, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for every week, August, September at 5 p.m. I will be doing these trainings. You can just subscribe and it will tell you when I'm going live. All right. So let me go back to this Q&A thing here. But does anybody else have any questions? Any more questions or anything? I put that in the chat for you, Marissa. Did I put it in the chat?